Welcome back to Movies TV Mad. You can follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to my huge preview of The Power of the Doctor, Chris Chibnall's and Jodie Whittaker's final entry into their era of Doctor Who. But I'm not here to talk about Jodie. I'm not here to talk about Chris. I'm here to talk about my predictions about the future of Doctor Who, because this is where my enthusiasm and motivation comes for this episode, because Russell T Davies is back. That means some very exciting things are going to happen. No, I don't expect to see his fully fledged plan revealed at the end of this episode, but we certainly will know where we're heading to. The questions have been out there. What were all those leaks about? Is there a secret 2022 Christmas special? I have had many theories, and just to give you a disclaimer, I'm happy for spoilers on my social media at Twitter at Movies TV Mad, because here's the thing, I'm in Cyprus. I don't have access to the BBC, so I've already pre-ordered The Power of the Doctor on Blu-ray. That's going to take me ages to get it. I won't be able to see this episode for ages unless I'm able to buy it on Apple TV or Amazon Prime Video as soon as the episode airs. So I don't know when I'm going to be able to see this episode. But I'm not an arse, so I'm not going to say I don't want spoilers. I can't expect you people who are going to be, going to be so pumped when you see this episode and the reveals at the end of this 90-minute special. So this 90-minute special is exciting in the elements of it should wrap up the Timeless Child. Is the Doctor the Timeless Child? I've never thought the Doctor was the Timeless Child. Is Sacha Dhawan's master actually really the Doctor? That's another theory that I've always had as well. And also, there's another theory I have about this episode. All those leaks we saw of David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and the late, great Bernard Cribbins, actually, in a big twist, could be part of this episode and not part of a 60th anniversary special. How about that? How about if that's the thing? I also feel that Russell T Davies partially ghost-wrote this episode to introduce his elements of future Doctor Who. What do we know? All we know is that Ncuti Gatwa is going to be the 14th Doctor. But the 14th Doctor or the first Doctor? This could be the first regeneration episode where we don't get a regeneration. That's another theory of mine. By the way, all this can be wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. Nothing wrong with being wrong if you hold your hands up. These are just theories. So we may not get a regeneration. This could be the end of the OG Doctor we've been watching since 1963. Wouldn't that be controversial? In 2005, Russell T Davies gave us a great revival. For the first time in its history, Russell made Doctor Who a mainstream character, because he was never really that. So that's interesting. Could the 1963 Doctor, could the OG Doctor actually die in this episode? Maybe the OG Doctor vanishes at the end of this episode and doesn't regenerate. One of my other theories is that Flux was introduced because this was actually Russell T Davies' idea to kind of give us a multiverse strategy within his new Doctor Who platform and universe. We know that Bad Wolf are going to be totally in charge, Bad Wolf Productions, are going to be totally in charge of the narrative. The only role the BBC are going to play here is broadcasting the thing. I can assure you of that. So Russell T Davies wouldn't have come back if he wasn't going to have a free reign narratively. And there's no question about that. And he's earned the right to be able to do that. I also feel that Russell doesn't really want to deal with a lot of the stuff that Chibnall did, aka The Timeless Child, aka all the stuff that Moffat did. They did a lot of stuff that went away from what Russell did. I think Russell will want to focus on the stuff that he did and he introduced into the Doctor Who universe. But I do feel this could be the end of the OG Doctor, and Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor could be another Doctor from another universe. That could be an interesting thing as well. Who is this David Tennant Doctor? Are we going to have a flashback to the past Could that be a thing? Is this the human meta-crisis doctor? I think two of those things could definitely be a thing. So it's going. There are so many questions, and this is why I'm excited. You know, for me, the Chibnall, and I wasn't going to talk about this, but the Chibnall and Whittaker era are kind of the empty vase. There could have been a lot more character development for her companions, for her. Why didn't the Doctor and Yaz have the kind of chemistry that we see the two actors playing these? You know, Mandip Gill and Jodie Whittaker have got this. You've seen them in BTS, you've seen them behind the scenes, you've seen them when they do these Doctor Who things, when they're interviewing them. They've got great banter and great chemistry. That great chemistry was never brought into it that wasn't put on screen. You know, if you were going to tell a Yaz and a Doctor love story, why didn't you do it from day one, right? You didn't do any of these things, Chris. So there's my criticism. I didn't go to bed at night praying for a female Doctor, but I wasn't against it either, because the Doctor can regenerate into anything and anyone. That's the whole point of Doctor Who, and that's okay. Don't have a problem with that whatsoever. But my motivation for this huge episode of Doctor Who, has there been a longer episode of Doctor Who since Doctor Who the movie starring Paul McGann? So I think we are going to the multiverse. I think this episode is an interesting episode. We've seen clips of the Master saying to the Doctor, you are about to go out of existence, not die as this version of the Doctor and regenerate. You're about to go out of existence. Could the OG Doctor be going out of existence? So these, everyone, are my theories. I'm so hyped for this episode. So I do hope I can actually purchase this episode as soon as it airs, or maybe tomorrow morning, because I'm going to be on Doctor Who Twitter and I'm going to be getting all these spoilers. I don't mind the spoilers. I'm excited for the episode to finish airing so everyone can give their thoughts. I'm sure people will be tweeting as it's airing over the UK, because the airing on the UK and BBC America are not going to be done at the same time, which is a shame, because Americans will get spoilers. But as I've already said, I don't mind spoilers. As I say, these are my theories. Please let me know your theories. What do you think of my theory? This is just the way I think that Russell's going to handle this. He's already teased that this is going to be, his Doctor Who is going to be very, very different. So these are the things that I think could occur at this episode. As I said, I don't expect Russell T Davies' hand to be shown completely by the end of this episode, but I certainly expect to find out where we're going with, the new iteration of Doctor Who. And I think one of the ways of doing that is, the OG Doctor vanishing, dying, and them giving us another Doctor from another Earth and another universe. I think this is the way we're going to go. And I can't wait to find out if my theories have been accurate or totally wrong. This has been Movies TV Mad. I'm Mick, your host with the most. Just ask your girlfriends and your wives. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss this beautiful perfection. If you want to bring more attention to this channel, please comment with your thoughts. Until I see you again, goodbye, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.